My crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my craft room. I'm here to work on some journaling cards today for the garden journals that I'm working on. And what I wanted to do was, here's one that I already made, and what it's made from is these dried flowers. I wanted to use some of these, of course, garden journal, so dried flowers to go into a garden journal. I have a few pulled out here on my table. And what I used here was a frame from, I have, a couple of ephemera packs that have frames, they're called frames and tags, I think. And so I pulled out a few of the frames. This was one, and then here is some more. A lot of times they come like this, and you just punch out the interior if you want to. You don't have to. You can use it as a whole. Or if you want to use the frame, you punch it out and use the frame. So I've got 3 frames pulled out here. I have some cardstock. I have this, which is from a scrap pack that I bought somewhere. Dollar Tree, wherever, Walmart. And then I have some acetate, just scrap piece here. And I have some scraps from my scrap box. So let's see, and I have a couple more things here in case I want them. A little package of, these are birds that I cut out from a bird ephemera book. You're supposed to cut everything out and use it, and so that's my birds. And then this is another pack here of ephemera, and I can show you, like, there's more frames in here in case I, didn't want to use these. I have one here. I see a big one here. And there may be more in there. and there may be things I wouldn't even want to use for decorating. So let's see, I see another frame right here. Let me put those 2 in the back. And here's another frame right here. This says Beautiful Day on it. So yeah, I thought I'd use some of those today. And I made this one already just to experiment and see how I would do it. So I'm going to show you how I did this one. And if I bought these, I think I bought these from Temu. These are actual real flowers. They are dried flowers, but they're actually real. They're not acetate or stickers or paper or cardstock or anything like that. They're actual real flowers. So I wanted to put them behind acetate so they wouldn't eventually like disintegrate or, get messed up or anything in a journal. Like, the idea is you can write on the back of this, or you could put this in a corner as a corner tuck or pocket in a journal too. So that is one. So let's see, let's do this one next. I kind of am looking, this one's kind of calling to me. And so I can put it on like the same type of cardstock that I just used, something like this. I have a darker one here too. And the flowers, this is going to show up. The idea is for the flower to show up though. This one was lighter on a darker, base. So let's try this one out on maybe a lighter base and see what it looks like. I have some lighter pieces in here. Let's see. This is not cardstock though. I'm trying to see. I want a cardstock piece if I can find one. Here's something that's gold. It's probably not big enough though. Not quite big enough, although that would be pretty. Let's see. Oh, that's gold. Well, the gold is white on the back. Let's see. No, that's still not big enough. Okay, so here's another brown. We're looking for a lighter place. Here's a white piece. Now that would go. Let's see. This is lighter. This is kind of papery though, but it would be pretty on here. I think it would show up nicely. Let's see. I might have to pull out a piece of file folder though. I'm picturing file folder behind this because I like this, but I want something stronger. So let me put these to the side and grab a piece of file folder. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm glad I paused there for a second because I found a couple more pieces in my scrap box. This is a piece of file folder that was in my scrap box, and then this is some cardstock that was in my scrap box. So more options there. So let's try this one out on the cardstock. I think that will be perfect. Something like that right there. See, that will be perfect. So let's cut a piece here, just kind of around this tag, or this frame, I should say. Let's cut this way first and get this cut down. So, yeah, I don't need to make a lot of these, but I did want to make a couple, at least. And, you know, just have, I don't think I have used these dried flowers since I got them. And I will mention that I'm trying not to go to any thrift stores or anything right now, and maybe this whole year don't need anything. So unless I need something, like unless I really need something, I don't want to go to a thrift store, go to any craft store, order anything online. I just want to use, I mean, this is not like a no-buy thing or anything. I just don't want anything, and I don't need anything. So why, you know, why buy anything if I don't need anything, right? Okay, so that's the idea behind this. I'm not buying anything. I'm using just things from my stash that I already have for these journals. So that'll fit on there nicely. But the next thing I did after I got my backing or my base and my frame, then I got my, and I did a little different when I was first doing it, and I figured out a good way to do it when I did that, because I tried to, what I did first was take this and put it down and then cut around it, and then I discovered that by doing that, I discovered the best way to do it, or the better way to do it, is to go ahead, and I used Fabri-Tac to glue it down. So I will do that now, and just put some Fabri-Tac around the back of your frame. So if you don't have a frame, you can make a frame. You can cut out a frame, or maybe you have a punch or something that does frames. But you can make a frame. I just happen to have these, and so I want to use them. Okay, so, oh wait, let me not do it wrong here. Next, you, these are sticking to my acetate. Okay, I'm going to find a good spot here on my acetate. Let's put it right here. So next you find a spot where it will fit. It's almost hard to see the acetate because it's clear, but let me see if I can get it down here. And I don't want to move my glue around because I don't want my glue to be in the wrong place. So I'm going to put it down there. And the ideal thing is to make sure your acetate's clean, for one thing. And then before, if you need to kind of wipe it off or anything, it's just picking up things from my desk here, little whatever paper pieces. So yeah, the ideal next step would be to let this dry enough so it doesn't move around on your acetate. I'm going to gently cut it out here, so I just have this piece to work with, and then I'm going to cut out. And so, see, now I have a little piece. I can put this to the side. See, there's a flower sticking to it right there. It kind of like magnetizes everything. So, now I have some sharp scissors here. Let me move my flowers over. Okay, I have some sharp scissors, and that seem to work. And they're not too big, so I can kind of do, you know, you can do fussy cutting with any scissors, but I just found it nice to have this size with this. And the other frame was even fussier than this. This has nice curves on it, so it will be easy to cut out. So at this point, you know, Fabri-Tac does dry quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cut this out. But I am still being delicate so that I make sure if it does want to move, it won't move, hopefully. I'm kind of holding it over here too, so if it were to try to move, I would have my hand there kind of holding it together, because if I wasn't on video, I'd probably let it dry for, you know, 3 minutes or something, 3 to 5 minutes maybe, just to make sure it wasn't going to move around. But since I'm on video, I'm going to go ahead and get her done. So I hope everyone's having a nice week this week. On the day I'm doing this video, it's the weekend, so I had a nice week. And today, I'm doing it on a Saturday, so I don't know what day this will be posted. You know, I kind of do my videos. A lot of times I'll do as many as I can on the weekend because, you know, I work full time and it's hard to do them during the week. So I get them done on the weekend if I can. Sometimes I'll do one in the morning. You'll hear me say it's morning and I'm doing this video before I have to get ready for work. But yeah, so I had a nice week. Everything went well as far as I know. And you know, good days at work. And today, this month, the first week in March, I'm not going to say what day, but one day during the first week of March is my husband's birthday. So he gave me a surprise party he likes to give me surprise parties. I don't know why. I like surprises. I don't mind them or anything. And it just, I guess it just works out that he's able to give me surprise parties. He's done it more than once. I come home from work and there's a bunch of people here for my birthday party. And that's what happened for my birthday in February. And his birthday's in March. And so what he did was like, I want a surprise party. And it's like, he planned his own surprise party. He's like, we're going to do it this day. And we're going to do this and that and the other. I'm like, you're planning your own surprise party. He's like, oh yeah, I am. I'm like, okay, whatever. Saves me time. So he planned his own surprise party. And that's today. So after this, I'll be getting ready to go to his surprise party that he planned. But anyway, here's my frame. So you can't even really, maybe you can see the glare from the acetate, but maybe not. But it's there. And look how nice. It's all cut around. Here's the glue. You see where it's glued on. So we're going to pick out a flower. Here, I was thinking some of this greenery to start with could go back there. That's kind of a tall one. Let's see if there's a shorter one because I'd have to cut that off. This one's a little shorter. So is there even a shorter one? Will this fit in there? Oh, yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? I mean, it could just be that, or I could add a flower to it, but that is just, and if you have dried flowers, your own dried flowers from your garden, you could do something like this. I have dried flowers before. I have a dry flower press, but I just haven't been able to get any decent. I haven't been able to get them to come out decent the last round I did. So let's try. I think I'm going to just do one green leaf behind there. But let me just see what it looks like with a flower on it too. There's no yellow flowers in here, but say like this blue one has a yellow center. Let's try this lighter one here. I'm trying not to break these too because they, like I said, they're real flowers. I don't want to, see there's a little piece falling off there, a little piece falling off here and there. So it would look like that. So I could do that now or later, something like that. Put 2 flowers in there. That's pretty. 2. Sticking on there, like I said. That's funny. It looks good though. But I think I really just want to do a green leaf on this one, and later on I'll do, you know, it's not like I'm rushing to use these up or anything. So this is what I did in the last one that I showed you that was already done. I put a little glue on the back of the flower that I was gluing down, so just a little glue. You don't need a lot, you just don't want it to move around. I didn't want it to move around under the acetate just in case it could. I didn't know if it could, but you know, just a little glue like that. You're not going to see that anywhere. It's just barely on there. And I'm just going to place it down in the middle of this paper. See, I'm not like getting super technical with it here or anything, like measuring anything or anything. I'm just putting it down. And then I'm going to put some more glue. We have our acetate, our frame with our acetate on it. we're going to put some glue around the frame again, not where it can be seen. So just a little glue around there like that. And then take it and put it over your flower, your leaf, whatever. Just trying to make sure see if there's anything sticking on here. It's, you know, magnetizing everything here, including little leaf crumbs. And then I'm just going to place it right in the middle here over my leaf. I'm not, like I said, not measuring. Let's see, I think I'm going to move it over a little bit there. Okay. So you can get more technical with it and like the placement and whatever you want to do. This is just what I'm doing. Keep it simple and easy. Okay, so now it's down. Okay, so I did move it over a little bit so it's not centered. So I'm going to cut a little sliver off with my paper cutter. Trying not to break my flowers there. Let's cut a little sliver off on this side to even it up. Yep, I like that. Okay, and then I took my, you can round the corners beforehand if you're worried about it fitting into your, you know, with this extra thickness on there. If, you know, you got to know your own, if you have a corner rounder, you know your corner rounder, what fits into it. I figured this would fit in there, so I didn't do it beforehand, but I could have, easily could have, just to make sure. So, and there you have it. Another pretty frame. So you could skip, like I want to make a journaling card out of this, or it could be like a pocket or whatever, like I said. But you could skip that and you could cut this around here and have just this without the card around it. You know what I mean? Should we do it with this one? I didn't really think about that until just now. And this one was easy to cut out, so this would be a good one to do this. See, this has more scallops. These two have more scallops on them, so they'll be harder to cut out. Let's do it on this one. So, you know, this was a way to do this. So there's two things you can do with this, two options. And there's probably more options, but I just thought of that, and I'm going to use my bigger scissors because that was easy to cut out, and I'm not cutting out acetate now, so I don't need to. Those other scissors are sharper than these. These are pretty old, and they still cut good, but and I might go back to those if I feel like I'm not able to cut well with these, but I think I can do it. But I want to see what this looks like now that I thought of that. So let's do it. You just never know what you're going to come up with in your crafting. And if you're new to crafting or paper crafting or junk journals and you don't know what to do, just do something. And what it is, you do something, and like I just did, and it gives you ideas. You get ideas just from doing things. You get more ideas. And I have a little notebook, just a little like, you know, a tiny little, like the little composition books that you buy at Dollar Tree 3 in a pack, or at Walmart, or, you know, something like that. Just a little notebook like that. And whenever I have ideas that I know I can't, you know, do right away, I'll write down in there, and that's my idea notebook. And I even keep it in my purse because sometimes at work I'll come up with an idea and I'll be like, oh, I need to write that down because you think you're going to remember it. I've done it. I think I'm going to remember it. And then I'm like, what was that thing? It was really good that I thought of the other day, or at work today, even the same day. What was that thing I thought of at work today? And for the life of me, I can't remember it until, like, you know, maybe a month later, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that thing. You know, it comes back to you, but it might be a while. So, because something, you know, makes you remember it. You see something, or, you know, whatever made you think of it in the first place. You're like, oh yeah, that's the idea I wanted to write down. So that's why I always kind of try to write them down. So I always have my idea notebook with me in my purse, because I learned the hard way to that I'm, you know, I think because I have a really good memory, but, you know, just can't remember everything. I know I learned that certain people are good at remembering certain things, you know what I mean? Like I'm good at remembering certain things, and for some reason, and then other people are good at remembering other things. And I'm like, it's like things that other people are good at remembering. I'm like, I don't even want to remember that, those type of things. I just, I don't know. Maybe it's all into what you want to remember and what you don't, or what you don't care about or something. You remember what you care about or something like that. Anyway, I'm blabbing, but here it is. Okay. I like that too. So there's two ways of doing that. Here's what it looks like on the back. So now I will, and this still could be a journaling card and put it into a pocket. I could even add a little, there's actually a hole here. There's a hole where I could have punched out, when it was a frame without being glued down. There's a little punch out that I could have punched out right there, but I left it in because I knew I was going to glue it down as a hole. But I could punch a little hole right there, put a little topper on here. I think I might do that, and this will be a little tag. Now, won't that be cute? I love it. Okay, that really developed into something, didn't it? So that kind of took longer than I thought it would, but I think I'm going to make a few more, and I'll come back in another video. I'll try to use these, or maybe a couple that I showed you in there, and I'll show you how they turned out and how this one turned out with just a little ribbon up here or something that I pull out. But yeah, that's really cute, isn't it? I love it. Okay. Thank you for watching and being with me here in my craft room today. I'm so glad you joined me. And I will see you in my next video. Stay tuned for the process and progress on these garden journals. I'm having a lot of fun with them. And I will see you in my next video. So have a great day.